Alright, so let's get into game 3. See who we're playing against.
Good evening. This is Dave Niehaus, and welcome to 3Com Park at Candlestick Point. In tonight's game, the Chicago Cubs take on the San Francisco Giants.
San Francisco, alright.
The center fielder, Tom Goodwin. He's gone! Batting second, the left fielder, Tim Salmon. Strike one.
Ooh, that's tough. Those pitches, what are they? I think they're like split fingers, and they drop at the last second like that. They're really hard to see.
Batting third, the shortstop, Sean Green.
Ooh, didn't quite drop. Alright, so the San Francisco pitcher is giving me some stuff to hit. It's just kind of a matter of waiting for a good pitch. So I think I just need to have a little more discipline perhaps, and then I should be able to get some offense going.
Batting third, the first baseman, John Overrule. Strike one.
So this season has 26 games, and after that, I presume it's going to go into like a World Series. I've never played this particular season length before, so I'm curious to see how it works. I've only ever done the full schedule, which is fun. It's very fun, but it's more of like, you know, a months long obligation. So not to say that I won't record myself doing it someday. Oh fuck, tagged me up. That was tough. I didn't know it was he was gonna catch it. Okay, luckily the Giants lineup does not look very impressive. I'm not seeing any like big power guys or anything there. See if I can get the double play. Just barely.
Strike one.
The fun thing about old video games too is they don't really tell you how anything works. So like, I know I'm playing the shortest season length, but I don't know I don't know anything. I didn't even know how many games were going to be in it. I just it was very funny. But I kind of, part of me likes that, part of me is frustrated by it. Like the fact that you play these games from like the 90s or whatever, and they don't tell you anything. They're just like, here's the game, good luck. And I kind of enjoy that. So that was actually our pitcher, and I think we're gonna be able to score the run off of that one, which is nice.
Batting fourth, the center fielder, Tom Goodwin.
Yeah, so far I have been able to. I don't know. No, I don't think I would be able to score on that. My slow pitcher.
Batting fifth, the left fielder,
So far it hasn't been.
Salmon.
Shouldn't have swung. I wonder if I'll be able to tag up. No, not with the slow guy.
Batting sixth, the shortstop,
Yeah, so far this game has not been quite as challenging as I expected, which is good and bad. Good because it's easier, I guess. Bad because the more I suffer, the more fun it is to watch, I assume. Oh, I was late on that one. Man, that was a great pitch too. Ooh.
Batting eighth, the third baseman, Dean Palmer.
I think that's going to be the out. It's not bad. We got 3 runs on 6 hits in that inning, so I'm happy with that.
The catcher, Jeff Reed. Batting second.
And the Giants team is strangely underwhelming.
Now batting the pitcher, Chuck Finley. Strike. He's gone. Leadoff batter, the first baseman, Gary Sheffield. Now batting the second baseman, Todd Walker. Ball one.
No.
He's gone. Batting third, the catcher, Jeff King.
Oh, that's funny. The guy dove for it. I've played
Batting fourth, the pitcher,
I don't want to say like a lot of other baseball games, but I have played some. I had I believe I had, what was it, MLB The Show
Tom Goodwin.
07, I think, for PS2. I could never get as into that game as I wanted to, though. Baseball games, like, it's hard to make them good. Like, I've played a lot of crummy ones, and I find that the place where it usually falls apart a little bit is the pitching. Either in terms of, like, being able to read the computer's pitches in a way that feels natural. That was my fault. I kind of flubbed that one. Because it's very hard, like, if you think about it, to simulate a ball coming at you, you know, whatever, 90 miles an hour, in a way that, you know, you're able to hit. It's a tricky thing to have to simulate, I can only imagine. So there's only a few games I think that do it reasonably well, and this one has its issues, certainly, in terms of, like, the pitching, but I think it's not terrible. If you accept it as not being super realistic. But, yeah, just in my experience, it's harder to find a good baseball game than it is like a good football or soccer game. I think fundamentally because of the complications of having to simulate pitching. Alright, who's coming up next? Bases loaded for Todd Walker. Oh, and he flubs it. Or I flub it. It would have been nice to score there to get a little bit of more insurance, but I think it'll be okay. 3 runs is like a comfortable enough lead that I don't feel like I need to panic. I think if I can wax philosophic for a second, I hate that phrase, I don't know why I said it, but like I find that there's this pressure. There's this sort of pressure, like, if you're making YouTube videos to, like, try to get as many views as you can, or try to get as much exposure as you can. And I see all these videos in my recommendations that are like, how to grow your channel, how to get more views, how to get more subscribers, this and that. 10 easy tricks to get more subscribers. And I wonder if I can get a cheeky third base. I think I can. Nope. I'm a fool. But my goal isn't to, like... Ooh. That was nasty. My goal isn't to, like, get a massive following on YouTube. And I'm fully conscious of the fact that, like, these videos probably won't get any views. But that's totally fine. Like, I'm doing it because it's fun. More than for any, attempt to get popular. I suppose it would be nice if, I got like 100 or something. 100 views, 200 views, whatever. But it's not really why I'm making them. I'm making them because I just like it. But I think there's this unfortunate tendency in the world to sort of try to quantify everything we do in terms of, like, making money or getting exposure or whatever it is. And it's no one's fault, that's just the way it is, but it's very sad. Sometimes you just want to play an old baseball game because it's fun, and there you go. Alright. Let's see if we can get out of this inning now. I'm still trying to figure out if the computer is trying to pitch around Sammy Sosa. I really can't tell. I don't know if he's trying to give me worse pitches or not. It kind of looks like it. So there might be something, like, coded into the AI where when certain hitters come up, they just don't give them strikes. Oops, I didn't mean to run there. That was awkward. I'm playing with an Xbox controller, as I may have mentioned previously, so if I ever do something weird, it's probably because of that. Or just because I'm weird. That's also possible. I think that'll drop. Just barely. That was a tough pitch. Then I think it was a strike because it was right on the edge, but I felt like I had to swing for it. Meh.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, Todd Walker.
Well, nothing going in terms of the offense. Yeah, to the ball game. They play the little 7th inning stretch. Let's watch the weird little camera thing that it does. Don't care if I ever get back. Root for the home team. At the old ball game. That was ridiculous. Okay, let's get started. I was recently at, like, a real baseball game. My city has, like, a minor league baseball team, and it was a playoff game, and they played the 7th inning stretch, and I just stayed in my seat awkwardly. I'm not about to dance in front of a crowd of people. Uh-oh, that's not good. It was a very fun game, actually, because there were all these little wild packs of children running around trying to get foul balls. And I happened to catch a foul ball, and the crowds of children descended upon me, so of course I gave them the ball, but... Okay. No, don't throw there! Okay, so that, my friends, was an example of my Xbox controller. Because I am trying to... Oh, this ain't good. I am trying to throw to the bases using an analog stick. So sometimes, if I'm not dead on with it, it'll send it to the wrong spot. Let's see if I can turn the double. Ooh, there we go. That was a bit hairy. I'm considering looking for like a N64 controller, like a USB N64 controller. I imagine those, they must exist. Like there must be some like cheap knockoff, you know, version online somewhere. Well, the Xbox controller isn't that bad, it's just getting used to it. Because I also have this game on cartridge. Very old, 25-year-old cartridge. I might change my pitcher. Someone with a little bit more control. Because the last thing I want here is to give up a home run. Okay, top of the ninth. So let's see if we can get like a home run right now would be really nice. Or really anything.
Batting second, the shortstop, Sean Green.
I like the noisemakers that you can hear in the stands. I don't think I ever noticed that before.
The right fielder, Sammy Sosa.
I was watching Japanese baseball as well recently. It was a very interesting experience because I don't know what they're saying. Well, I hope that's a home run. But they have like whole cheering sections in the stands. I never knew that, and like that sucks. And they've got like people come in with like the full band. Like there's people with tubas and shit in the stands. Like that, it's so different from how we do it here. But it was really cool. Okay, now let's see if this is a home run. You can't know until the last second. It's very stressful. There we go. Yay. So that's good. Now this game should be in the bag. It's interesting. In the last 2 games, I've also gotten 6 runs. It's like my magic number.
Batting seventh, the catcher, Jeff King. Going gun.
Ooh.
Drill that baby.
I'm definitely reading this picture better than the last guy.
Now batting the pitcher, Juan Acevedo.
Okay, that's the end of that inning. So, all we gotta do is not let in 6 runs. Should be doable.
Strike one. Strike.
I'm almost thinking that I should have played on All-Star difficulty. Maybe I'll do that next time.
Batting second, the third baseman, Vinny Garcia. Now batting, the center fielder, Reggie Sanders. Out.
There we go.
Come away with the victory.
Major League Baseball at its finest.
It's a good game. I enjoyed that because the score was tight until the last second, which was kind of fun. Alright, how did we do? Got 2 home runs. Everyone was hitting pretty well. And then the other team got 2 home runs off me. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, let's save it. And I'm going to take a look at my lineup to see if there's any changes that I might want to make. So far, everyone except Palmer has been hitting really well, and it's just random. Like, he's got better batting stats than most of the people, so it's just, you know, the averages will kind of average out, so to speak, eventually. So yeah, I'll keep things as they are for now. And I know that, yeah, Dean Palmer's slump, if that's what we can call it, is nothing to do with the character itself. It's just human error.
This is Dave Niehaus, and welcome to 3Com Park at Candlestick Point. In tonight's game,
So another game
Chicago Cubs
against the
take on
Giants.
the San Francisco Giants. Batting first,
Another away game. So I haven't had a home game yet.
Goodwin. Ball one.
See if you can leg it out. There we go. And that's why you have your fast guys leading off.
The left fielder, Tim Salmon. Ball one.
Oh, that shouldn't have worked. That was very silly.
Strike one.
So there's another could be a home run, could not be. Yeah.
Batting third, the shortstop, Sean Green. Ball one.
I don't know if that'll score. Ah, it did.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Sammy Sosa. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Dean Palmer.
Okay, Dean, let's get you out of this slump.
Strike.
What the hell kind of pitch was that? That was one of those ones that's literally impossible to read.
Ball one.
Because it'll curve over at the last second like that.
Strike.
Oh my lord. This guy's tough.
Strike three.
Oh, wow. I was confounded.
Leadoff batter, the shortstop, Royce Clayton.
That's what I mean about the pitching can be really tough.
Right fielder, Bob Higginson. Batting third, the first baseman, John Overrule. Batting first, the first baseman, Gary Sheffield. Ball one.
Batting second, the second baseman, Todd Walker. Strike one.
Who's on base? I don't think he's fast enough to steal, fortunately.
Batting third, the catcher, Jeff King.
Enough with your weird ass pitches, man. Oh! Wow, I was asleep at the wheel there. That was stupid.
Batting second, the center fielder, Reggie Sanders. Out. Now batting, the catcher, Jeff Reed. Strike.
See if I can strike him out with the changeup. Not quite.
Leadoff batter, the pitcher, Kevin Millwood.
I guess I would classify my pitching style as impatient. I don't really worry too much about pitch location. Yeah, that's weird. Sometimes that'll happen where he runs over instead of throwing it, and then I actually get to get on base. Let's try stealing. Didn't even slide. It'll move the runner over, but it will not score.
Now batting, the shortstop, Sean Green. Ball one.
Who can Salmon steal? I don't know. If you have a 10 speed like Goodwin, it's as long as you get like a decent jump, then it's very likely that you'll be able to steal. But once you get down to like the speed 7 guys, you have to get a really good jump if you want to have a chance of stealing. Oh, should not have swung. It's awfully close though. The computer is flexing on me a little bit with that one. Man.
Strike one. Ball one.
That's too bad. Okay. Oh dear. Oh, it hit the foul post. Sweet. Well, you know what? That'll make things interesting. I don't mind. I just have to figure out how to actually hit the other guy's pitching, and then maybe being a little bit more, maybe taking more pitches would be good. I've been a little bit over eager with my swings. Finally got a strikeout. I did that just to be silly. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I think that pitch that's giving me so much trouble there is a screwball. And I'm not expecting it to like curve the way that it's curving. It's scaring me a little bit. That was a nice fastball right down the middle. I'm able to hit that. It's always the pitch that I'm waiting for. That kind of like slightly low fastball. That's what I want to hit. That one was a little bit away, unfortunately. It seems like the pitcher is following up that weird curve, that weird screwball with with fastballs. So if I can just like take the first pitch and not necessarily swing at the first pitch, then it might be easier to hit. Let's see what he throws here. So that was just like a normal fastball. Yeah, it's random enough that it's really hard to predict what he's gonna throw. But at least we scored the 1 run. Okay. See if we can keep him from scoring again. Nice play. That was awkward. Just gotta bounce off the walls a couple times. Assert your dominance. Let's see, I'll give him something up here on the hands.
Strike 3.
Nice.
Strike 1. Strike.
That wasn't, man. That's crazy. Drop, 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 drop. Not quite. Oof, swinging at garbage. I had an idea for another series after this one is done, of like, because this game lets you create players, and I thought about making like an all-star lineup of all of my favorite current MLB players, and then kind of doing like a fantasy draft and drafting them all. Like we could have Vladdy Jr. and Shohei and Mike Trout, or I don't know, guys, like something like that might be kind of fun.
The pitcher, Kevin Millwood. Strike.
I don't know why I did that. No. Entirely my fault. Okay, I gotta lock in. It's the 7th inning. We're only up by 1. Enough silliness.
Batting third, the center fielder, Tom Goodwin. Ball one. Leadoff batter, the right fielder, Bob Higginson. Batting second, the first baseman, John Overrood. Strike one. Strike two.
I'd be really curious if there's anyone else out there in the world, in the universe, who likes this game as much as I do. I'm sure there's somebody, but it's just such an obscure one. But if you're out there, please let me know. If you're out there, it seems likely that you would also be watching this, because there's not very much Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest 1999 content on YouTube. So.
Ball two. Strike.
It's one of those things where you play certain games as a kid, and it's like it doesn't occur to you whether or not they're good because you're a kid. So it's just like, oh yeah, I love this game. I don't understand it, but I love it. That would have been a walk. I kind of like that because nowadays, like every game that comes out, right, is subjected to like immediate criticism and reviews, and everyone wanting to get their opinion in about it as quickly as possible. And sometimes you just want to enjoy stuff, is my hot take. Sometimes you just want to play something and form your own opinions about it, and you know, not have some reviewer online tell you if it's worth buying or not. I mean, it can be useful especially if it's you know, a $90 AAA game and you're not sure if you want to get it or not. Like that's kind of what happened with Starfield. I was seriously considering getting it because I like the Bethesda RPGs, and I was like, that looks cool. I like sci-fi stuff. And then everyone, when it came out, everyone immediately said how awful it was, and I was like, well, maybe I won't get it. And I think that was a good call, judging from the gameplay I've seen of it. But like, sometimes bad things have a certain charm to them. I think everyone can agree to that, but it has to be a certain kind of bad. Like, so luckily we're getting some runs in here, which is nice. I think I can sneak to second on that throw.
Batting seventh, the catcher.
It always seems to happen that I start rallying late in the game when they change pitchers. But yeah, so like this game is like I genuinely couldn't tell you if it's objectively good or bad. I have no idea because I've been playing it since I was like 7 years old, so I really don't know. But it doesn't matter because it's fun.
Batting first, the center fielder, Reggie Sanders. Batting second, the catcher.
I think a lot of AAA big budget games that come out these days are very cynical and not very well made because they have horrible labor practices.
Now playing second base, Keith Lockhart. Leadoff batter, the center fielder, Tom Goodwin. shortstop, Sean Green. He's gone, baby.
So another sports game that I really liked as a kid was NHL 04. Also, that was also a PS2 game. Oh, and then there was the absolute classic, the NFL Street 2, which I think I'm gonna have to make a series about sometime.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Dean Palmer.
I think NFL Street 2 for the PS2 is not just one of my favorite sports games. I think it's like
Now batting,
genuinely one of my favorite games ever.
Sheffield.
It's weird because I'm not a very big football person. Like I don't
Batting seventh, the second
I don't
baseman,
particularly like football. That should be the end of the game, or the end of the inning. And if I can hold them to less than 6 runs or whatever, then this game will be over. Whoa, that's a... Wow, you don't have a very good arm. Who is that? Who's my shortstop? I don't know.
Out. Batting third, the shortstop, Royce Clayton.
The Chicago Cubs come away with the victory.
Major League Baseball at its finest.
Well, there's another one. I'm kind of half a mind to change the difficulty. I don't know if it's possible though. I don't know if it's gonna let me. But let's save it. If I go down to game options, oh yeah, it would let me change it down here. I think I'll do that testing on my own time, like when I'm not recording, and then I'll see what it's like on that difficulty. But for now, so Palmer did a little bit better that game. He has 4 hits in 20 at-bats. Everyone else is hitting extremely well. He's hitting 611. That's disgusting. 11 hits on 18 at-bats. Yeah, maybe this difficulty is not quite difficult enough. Alright, we're gonna do one more game. So let's get into it.
Good evening. This is Dave Niehaus, and welcome to Turner Field. In tonight's game,
Leadoff
Oop.
batter, the center
Who is it?
fielder,
The Braves.
Goodwin.
So we're still away. We're still the away team. It's kind of a shame. I was hoping that we would finally get to play at the Dodger Stadium.
Batting second, the left fielder, Tim.
So this pitcher is a sidearm guy, and I find sidearm guys
Batting
a lot harder to hit,
Sean
which you will
Green.
probably begin to see as I struggle to hit him. That one dropped in. It's going to be close. Ooh.
Batting
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe it's just because... Oh, please be a home run. I don't know if it's just because side armors are more rare? Yeah, of course.
leadoff batter, the second
But I do have a little bit of trouble reading their pitches sometimes. Not always.
out. Batting second, the left fielder, J.D. Drew.
The way for me to lose a game... Oh, they have Ken Griffey.
Ken Griffey Jr.
So, I love that. He does the little... So Ken Griffey Jr. Has this custom, like, batting stance animation, He's the only player in the game that does, and it's very funny. It does actually look like his real life stance. And he does that when he gets a bad call. It's very, very funny. But what was I saying? Oh, he struck out King Griffey Jr. The way for me to lose this game is if I was against a side armor who was not throwing anything to hit. Then that would be that's basically, there's not a lot that I can do in that situation. This guy actually is throwing strikes, so I think we'll be okay.
Batting third, the second baseman, Todd Walker. Batting fourth, the catcher.
Alright, Jeff King, Mr. 6'11", swinging at garbage.
Batting fifth, the pitcher, Chris Carpenter.
Ooh, and a hit by the pitcher, but he got it, so I'm not going to be able to score.
Batting sixth, the center fielder, Tom.
Okay, Tom. Nope.
Now batting, the
Ooh, and they have Vladdy.
Guerrero.
I don't know if Vladimir Guerrero Sr., if anyone ever called him Vladdy. I just call him that because that's what Junior is called. Vladdy Sr.
Batting second, the first baseman, Mark Grace.
But
Batting the third baseman,
Vladdy Jr. is for sure my favorite player currently. I am also a Blue Jays fan, so there's that.
fielder, Tim Salmon.
I think you're legally required to be a Blue Jays fan if you're Canadian and like baseball.
The shortstop, Sean Green.
I would have, if the Expos still existed, I would be an Expos fan because I hate Toronto, like the city of Toronto, but I much prefer Montreal is like the cool city, is the cool Canadian city. But of course the Expos don't exist anymore, although they do exist in this game. And in fact, if they'd been available in the draft selection, I would have chosen Montreal, but they weren't. Because I cut it down to 16 teams, so I guess the game just cuts it off somewhere. But yeah, if the Expos existed, I would definitely be an Expos fan. Why am I swinging at this crap?
Now batting, the catcher, Jason Kendall. Strike. Batting second, the shortstop,
I was recently,
Bordick.
and I mean no offense to Torontonians, by the way. Like obviously it's not your fault that your city sucks, but I was not all of it sucks, and I'm gonna be generous in the story that I'm telling. But I was recently in Toronto for a show, and I got off at Union Station as you do, and I was like, wow, this is a big city. This is a terrifying city. And I walked through the business district, which is horrifying as someone from a relatively small city. I was like, no, this is too many buildings. This is absurd. And so I walked all the way to where I got my hotel, and I really liked the neighborhood that I was staying in. Like, it was very charming, to be honest. And clearly, Toronto is a very big city, so there has to be parts of it that are nice. But that business district is crazy. Like, I would lose my mind if I had to be there for any length of time.
Batting third.
I'm not a big city person.
Batting fourth, the pitcher, Chris Carpenter.
Oh, fuck. Oh, come on. I thought it was gonna land.
Batting first, the second baseman, Brett Boone. Strike one.
I think it's not really like the problems with Toronto is kind of just
Batting second, the left fielder,
the gentrification of it, I would say, and the unaffordability. Like a lot of these big cities, like Vancouver, is like that too. Or just people can't afford to live there, and that's essentially why I say that I think they
Batting third, the center fielder,
are not great places.
Griffey Jr.
They turn the double play.
Now batting, the center fielder, Tom Goodwin.
I will say that their public transit is really good though.
Batting second, the left
Toronto has some good trains.
out. Batting third, the shortstop, Sean Green.
I'm too busy thinking about too busy slandering Toronto. I haven't I haven't been focusing on this game.
Batting second, the first baseman, Mark Grace.
Strike.
Strike three.
Three awesome pitches.
Batting third, the third baseman, Tim Nehring.
Oh fuck! What did I do? No. Oh shit, man, that was dumb.
Now batting, the catcher, Jason Kendall. Strike one.
Yeah, I need to focus here. Where if I let some runs in here, we're in trouble. Yeah, so luckily,
Batting fifth,
for whatever reason, tagging up isn't something that you can actually do here. So like in a real world game, the computer would have been able to tag up on that hit, but it just doesn't work
The bats have been
the way this is programmed, which is nice because we avoided a run there. Oh man, it's always those high fastballs that I cannot hit. Shit. Oh, come on. Come on, give me this one. Give me this one. Please, please, please. Oh man, that sucks. It's like the third or fourth time I think that I've gotten one of those hits with Sammy Sosa, and it's just like not quite enough to clear the wall.
now batting,
That would have been really, really good.
Gary Sheffield.
Okay.
We got a real nail biter.
I'll say.
Strike.
Batting second, the second baseman, Brett Boone. Batting third, the left fielder, J.D. Drew. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Ken Griffey.
Okay, I'm gonna be very, very careful not to give him anything to hit. Oh wow, I didn't think I was gonna get that.
The pitchers are on their game.
Okay, so that's not gonna get through. I might,
Batting second.
once we get to the bottom of the order, I may put in a pinch hitter just because we'll see.
Batting third. The pitcher.
Um,
Carpenter.
yeah, I'm gonna put in a pinch hitter. Oops. No. Oh, no, hey.
Ball one.
I did that incorrectly. Okay, so let's put in Kent for Carpenter. Because I want to try to get some offense.
Strike one.
Ooh, right at the knees. You don't know. No.
Batting fourth. The center fielder. Tom Goodwin.
Okay, that's gonna come in.
Batting fifth. The left fielder. Tim Salmon.
Okay, and I think we've got who, Green coming up next?
Now batting.
Yeah.
The shortstop.
So
Green. Ball one.
he's a good hitter, so I'll just try to wait for something that I can hit. Hopefully that's gonna drop. It did. Just barely.
Batting seventh. The right
Okay, Sammy, now's your shot, man. Get us a home run or something. It would be great to get a grand slam here. Ah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Batting eighth. The third baseman. Dean Palmer.
Okay, that's gonna fall in or slide in through the gap.
Batting ninth. The first baseman. Gary Sheffield.
I'm starting to wonder, like, why am I like always scoring runs toward the end of the game? And I think what it is just like I'm not really focusing very hard at the beginning and just kind of chatting about things and slandering Toronto, and then when it comes time to actually focus,
Leadoff batter. The right
oh, a bit of lag there.
Vladimir Guerrero.
I kind of I picked Melinda without really looking, and I think he's okay. He's got good control, so let's keep him in. He's a sidearm.
Strike.
There is such a thing as well as submarine pitchers. I don't know who they are off the top of my head, but you can create a player and make him a submarine pitcher, and sometimes I do, just because it's fun.
Batting second. The first baseman.
The create a player function is actually super cool. It's a super cool feature, and like but it is also overpowered. So you can, easily make players who have like
Batting third.
nearly 10 in every stat, and it's like when you know for sure that you're gonna win every game, it kind of takes some of the fun out of it. So I don't, when I make created players, I tend to try to make them somewhat balanced.
Jason Kendall.
And one way to do that is if you're playing with injuries.
Batting fifth. The
It's a way to balance them.
Mike Bordick.
But I think it would be fun to do like a fantasy draft dream team with like
Second baseman.
Vladdy Jr. and Otani.
Now batting. The catcher. Jeff King.
One of the things that got me back into baseball, because I was really into it as a kid. My family are baseball people. and I used to play when I was a kid. But I got out of it for a really long time. Like I just wasn't into it. But then, when Otani started playing, I was like, okay, I have to watch baseball again, because like, when is the next time we're gonna have a player who can not only hit and bat and pitch, but do so at an all-star level? Do both things at an all-star level. And I was like, okay, I have to watch him play, because like it's such an extraordinary thing, right? So I would like to formally thank Mr. Shohei Ohtani for getting me back into baseball. It's very kind of him. Well, I like that guy's mustache. I'm very into, whenever I watch baseball, I'm very into like their hairstyles. Like, some of them have some really sweet hair. Like, there's this one guy, I can't remember what team he plays for, but he has frosted tips. It's like bringing us right back to like 95 with that one. There's also I need to do like a video about this, but there's my top 10 baseball hairstyles. But there's Joey Loperfido, who's the Blue Jays player, and he has the most luxurious curls I've ever seen on a man's head. And every time he takes his helmet off, I'm like, I'm awestruck by how good his hair is.
Batting ninth, the first baseman, Gary Sheffield.
So this pitcher might have a cool mustache, but he's also letting in a lot of runs, which shows me that he's really truly a double-edged sword. So these numbers that I'm putting up are... Uh-oh. Well, I accept that. These numbers that I'm putting up now are a little bit extreme, with the 9 runs all of a sudden. I genuinely thought that it would be harder on veteran level. But I also haven't yet encountered like a really tough pitcher, as I've been talking about, so we'll see. We'll see what it's like when that happens.
Strike 3.
Batting third, the left fielder, J.D. Drew.
Now pitching.
Top of the 9th. This guy's also got a good mustache.
Batting first, the catcher, Jeff King. Batting second, the pitcher, Stan Belinda.
Belinda is a strange last name. I wonder if it's a Latin name or something.
Batting third, the
Okay.
center fielder, Tom Goodwin.
Ball 1.
So far in this season, I haven't had... Oh, error. Oh, I feel like he did that intentionally. There's no way the computer did, but the only reason he was able to get that out was because of that.
Crunch time.
Leadoff batter, the center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay, let's give him some dirt pitches. So doing well.
Batting second, the right fielder.
So far in this season, I have not had any like freezing problems. Sometimes the game randomly freezes and you lose your progress. So it's possible that that could still happen.
Batting third, the first baseman, Mark Grace.
I'm not too worried here because of the 9-run lead. Also, I think the bottom of their lineup is not very strong. But they had Griffey and Guerrero back to back, which is a very tough thing. Hey, Griffey, you better not be trying to steal on me. I don't think I've ever seen the computer try to steal a third base though. Maybe it doesn't happen on this difficulty.
Fantastic play.
Well, that's that.
Come away with them. Games like this are what Major League Baseball is all about.
The announcer says that, but like, really, is a 9-run blowout really what Major League Baseball is all about? So how did we do? I feel bad for Sosa. He had like 2 home runs stolen from him that game. But everyone was hitting really well. And we kept the Braves to no runs. Carpenter got the win. Blinda got the save. Nice. Pretty good.